Hello, welcome back to the channel of motorbike nonsense and DHL deliveries. I'm here at BMW to collect the updated, I'd say, for 2024 S1000XR. This is a £17,000 motorbike up to £20,000 for the M version, and then there's the M1000XR, which is £27,000. So yeah, this is up to 170 horsepower now, this version. It's got the same torque as before. It's got a redesigned seat, which is apparently, according to the press release, got more space for buttocks, which is a good thing in a seat, isn't it? Yeah, this one's got a few bits on it, like the Akrapovic exhaust. Yeah, still hasn't got proper tail lights, just got those things. But anyway, I need to get home. I'm going to go by some fun roads and work out if I like it or if it's going to vibrate my hands off like the old one did. So yeah, let's get cracking. And as Jesus once said in the Bible, let's get out of Farnborough. Oh yes, right, the seat is quite high on this. It's actually got higher. It's got 10mm higher. I think it's up to 850mm now. And there's actually a higher seat option to take it to 870. And there's a lower seat height as well. But yes, let's get it warmed up and find out what it's like. I brought the S1000XR out on the motorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is probably pull into lane one, let you guys go, but I'm just getting a red X set, okay?
Okay, cool. It's not the fastest thing on the motorway, this, to be honest. I think that ant has just overtaken me. This is actually probably a good time to talk about the ergonomics of the S1000XR. It's actually a really nice riding position. It's upright, and the pegs are reasonably high for this sort of bike, but it's still like a sports tourer, and I think that means we can go. Does that mean we can go? I think I'm going. There we go. So yeah, it is a decently comfortable riding position. This seat, the problem I had with the old one was that it locks you into a riding position, and this one kind of does the same. It is kind of, I'm sliding into the tank on this, and the tank is quite wide between my knees. I don't know if you can see that, being an inline four. So I don't know if it feels massively different, that seat, and you can back yourself up against the pillion ledge quite nicely. The handling already feels very nice. Bikes with a 17-inch front wheel, big wide bars, always feel nice and tippy-inny, which is a scientific term coined by MCN, I believe, in the 1930s. Is it fast? That's the other question. Yeah, it is fast. It's not scary fast like the 200 horsepower version would be, and it's about as fast as my MT10, which makes sense because it's about the same power. But yeah, it's bloody quick. It's quicker than a GS. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. It doesn't seem to have got the annoying foibles. It was just the vibrations that really did kill my vibe on the old one of these. I don't know, I think it varied from example to example, but they have changed the handlebar. They've changed quite a bit about this ergonomically, and this isn't my full review. There's going to be a full review soon. But yeah, so far so impressed. Right, we're doing a 70-mile-an-hour sort of cruise now on the S1000XR, and I just recorded a bit of footage I'm not going to use where I said the handlebar vibrations are fixed, and at 70 miles an hour there's not much vibration at all, apart from a bit through the throttle grip. However, should you do 80 miles an hour, which obviously you shouldn't be doing, and this is a closed-ish road, yeah, there are noticeable tingles still through the bars, through both grips. It's not as bad as the M1000R that I toured on last year, but it's still a tingly engine, this 4-cylinder from BMW. It is a race engine, really. Well, it's a road version of a race engine, so you shouldn't be too surprised. But yes, if you're doing an 80-mile-an-hour cruise, might suggest using this switch over here to whack the cruise control on, because otherwise you might be able to give yourself a little visit from the stranger, which is, you know, a plus for some people. But you can't masturbate and ride, according to the judge that I met. Actually, another thing worth mentioning is how I'm enjoying not having a big screen that's buffeting me. You've got this diddy little screen down here which you can adjust, and that doesn't make much difference, but that takes the wind off my chest. But it's kind of just normal air going over my head. It's not dirty air that's been turbulenced by a screen. I actually love this. This is the right amount of wind protection for me. But I was talking with my sat-nav direction, so I'm probably going to get lost. Oh yes, I am getting on with this bike much more already than the last one. Oh, I think I just heard some rude little pops from the exhaust. I don't say exhaust in real life, please don't judge me. Anyway. It definitely doesn't have quite the all-over urgency of the shift cam version of this engine, of the 207 horsepower version. It is, I would say it's still a brilliant road engine, but it doesn't have quite the same mid-range as that. It's not trying to pick the front wheel up there at full throttle in Dynamic Pro. Whereas the M1000R and probably the M1000XR, not that I've ridden it, would be trying to wheelie its goonies out. But this didn't do it. This is a slightly more cultured thing, slightly less terrifyingly fast, while still being fast. It's like a racing snail that's had its shell removed, and if anything, that's made it more sluggish. Sorry, don't unsubscribe. S1000XR update, you get lots of pops from the exhaust when you kind of decelerate through 4,500 RPM. I would show you this, but I'm stuck behind a purple Rolls-Royce Cullinan with the registration number HR1. Someone's doing well, aren't they? Gosh. So I go into the back of them for a laugh. Hello, is that BMW? I've crashed into a £500,000 car with a £500,000 registration plate on it. Look at that. Do you think their insurance premium's gone up this year? Their handling on this is so nice. Oh, this is giving me a lot of confidence. I should point out this is on Bridgestone S22 tyres, which are the same tyres as I've got my MT10. And I really bloody love them on that. They are one of the best sports road tyres you can get. They take a little while to heat up, but when they do, they just give you so much confidence. And this feels like it's going to be well matched for them when we get to my secret test track road, which is coming up next. Pop, 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 pop. That's probably not coming across on camera, but that's quite an entertaining noise. Right, we are coming up to my secret test track, which is actually only about 100-200 meters away in places from the test track from a fairly well-known car program that went off air about coming up to 9 years ago or something like that. But anyway, let's talk about how the S1000XR goes, stops and handles down here. The brakes are simply brilliant, as you might come to expect. And I've actually got the suspension in road mode, which does iron out the bumps, but over some of these bumps it just, I don't know, it's a little wallowy now. So I'm actually going to press that and put it back into dynamic suspension mode. It automatically adjusts the preload based on the weight on the bike. But yeah, I came down this road the other day on my MT10 and couldn't stop laughing. It's a really good road, but today is a bit colder and a bit more gravelly than it was at the weekend. But yeah, you just have the confidence to really lean it and get hard on the power on the way out. Little wheelie there, only a tiny one. Yeah, the handling gets a really nice flow. The bike just feels so smooth. It's a really, really lovely thing to ride. Last time I rode one of these, I said actually I'd have a GS. Now, I'm not quite so sure. This feels more, bloody hell, more exciting, more me. There's still a bit dive on the suspension when you brake, but it's certainly not adventure bike levels of front end dive, and it comes back up in a really controlled fashion. Yeah, you want to ride this. You want to ride this in a pretty antisocial, unfit for YouTube sort of manner. Or at least I do. There's a car pulling out over here. Let's try not to die. Get out here, second gear. That's first gear. Little wheelie there. Yeah, the tyres, man. It just feels like it's got grip for days. What? What a machine! For backroad blasting, I'm much happier on this than I am on the S1000R, simply because I'm sat up higher and I can see over stuff a bit better. The engine is absolutely rocket ship fast. But yes, first impressions of the new S1000XR I like it a lot more than the old one. The changes are minimal. It's mainly power, ergos, seat, handlebars, and the looks. Is that minimal? I've just listed about 10 things. But yes, it does feel, I don't know, way more fun to me. I trust it more. And yeah, other than the handlebar vibes still being a thing at 80 miles an hour, they're not that bad. I could deal with it. I think that's a fair payback for the amount of performance on offer, and just the handling is the thing that's getting me right now. Round those corners on these tyres, it just wants to lean and it makes a great noise. You get pops and bangs. But anyway, full review will be coming up in a couple of weeks. Thank you for watching this if you have done. Sorry it was a bit of a slow start on the M3 with that road closure, but whatever, that is out of my control. I'm not Jesus of the roads, I wish I was. I'll see you next time. Subscribe, like this video, go down to the comments and leave me the German word for when red light shows, wait here. Goodbye.